Hello and good day to one and all. Dr. Frank is back with another set of predictions for the weekend, and we are looking straight into the Premiership. We have 6 matchups that we're looking at this time round. A lot of room for error, but there's a lot of room for profit. Okay, you know the drill. If you like the content we continue to bring out, like, share, subscribe, retweet, follow. Positive, negative comments, keep them coming, of course. First match we are looking at is Friday night, Aston Villa versus Leeds United. Aston Villa fought hard. They fought really hard to get back into that game against Wolverhampton Wanderers and could have nicked it, to be honest with you. Really, really good showing. Emery's really got them playing football, to be honest with you, and I think they're going to do well against Leeds United. However, with Aston Villa, you know with their defence, there's always going to be gaps and there's always going to be chances for Leeds to get on the score sheet. So first prediction I'm looking at here is both teams to score yes and over 2 goals in the match. So at least 3 goals in the game, and both teams to score. And the odds for that, you're looking at plus money 2.05. Then we look into the Manchester derby. Let's just not even mess about here. Manchester United versus Manchester City. We know what Man City did to them, or can do to them, hitting 5-6 goals past them. Don't think it's going to be anything like that this time round. Man City rested a lot of players against Southampton in the League Cup quarter-final, which they shockingly lost. I was thinking in my head, whoever plays Manchester City next, they're in trouble. When I was praying it wasn't Aston Villa, because obviously I'm a Villa fan. Going to the Old Trafford, Man United, they're not the same team that Man City trounced before. They are looking stronger, they are looking better. And I do think Man United are going to be putting in a way better performance than they did last time out. However, Manchester City, they're angry, they're annoyed, they're pissed off to the hills. I believe they come through this one. So Manchester City to win and under 5 goals is what I'm looking at here. 2.30. Really, really good odds. Then I'm moving on to Everton versus Southampton. As I said, Southampton really good showing against Manchester City. They really took it to the Manchester City side. Yes, Manchester City were arguably not at the races, but let's not take away what Southampton did. They worked hard, they pressed, and they're going to have to do this at Goodison Park. On the other end, you got Lampard. Lampard is under serious pressure, as we know. Arguably favourite to be sacked next out of the Premiership managers. Being the next casualty, they're gonna really have to work for him. And I think I think he's still got the locker room. I really feel like he has. So I can't split these teams. I really feel like this is going to be an entertaining game. 1-1, 2-2. Basically, I'm looking for the draw. So my prediction for this one is a draw, and the odds for that are 3.25. Nice tasty odds at 3.25. Then I'm looking at Brentford versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth, I just got a feeling they're going to go down. Brentford looking really, really good. With or without Ivan Toney, they're looking really, really good. And Buemo, real dangerous. Visa, and so on and so forth. I think Brentford create enough chances. I think Brentford get enough goals. I don't think Bournemouth have anything to show in this game. I think Brentford will come away with what's called, well, not a routine victory for them, but as routine a victory as you can get. So Brentford to win and under 5 goals is bang on 2.00, double your money option. Okay. Then we've got Newcastle versus Fulham. Fulham put in a bit of a performance tonight against Chelsea. Things changed after João Felix got sent off on his debut. Yeah, I don't see them putting in as strong a performance against Newcastle. Yes, Mitrovic should be back if I've got this right. I know Vinicius got on the score sheet, didn't he? So he will be wanting to keep his spot, but I feel like Mitrovic will just slot back in if he's not still suspended. But I feel like Newcastle are making St James's Park a fortress. Don't see that fortress being broken by Fulham. So Newcastle to win in under 5 goals at 1.83 is what I'm looking at there. And then finally, we've got to look at the London derby, Tottenham versus Arsenal. I was having a conversation with my cousin Wes the other day about this, and I was talking about how, you know, in the days of Henry and what have you, you know, Henry didn't care about this game too much. Their rivals at the time were Man United, and this season their rivals are Manchester City. I think Arsenal have got to go into this game with the same attitude. If Arsenal go in the game with the same attitude, I think they can win this game out of canter, to be honest with you. Tottenham are looking all over the place. Conte will not revert from his 5 at the back. They are there to be got at. You can get at Perisic if he plays Ryan Sessegnon. You can get at Doherty. You can get Emerson Royale. For whatever reason, they will not play Jed Spence. Definitely not the right time to be bringing him into this game against the likes of Martinelli. I don't see much creativity in that central midfield. Tottenham's midfield remind me of Liverpool's. What I mean by that is you got Basuma, Bentancur, a little bit of creativity, and Højbjerg. Where you're going to get creation from, not sure. Real pressure on Harry Kane for this one. I think Arsenal will counter. I think Arsenal will get a couple of goals here. Arsenal, yeah, I really feel like if Arsenal play the way that they're supposed to play, they come through this one. But this is White Hart Lane. Arsenal seem to have a little bit of a struggle at White Hart Lane. I'm not worried about whether Arsenal get on the score sheet or not. I believe they get on the score sheet. I don't think they keep Tottenham out. So the first part of the prediction, as a combination, is both teams to score. There's going to be tackles flying in. Both teams to score. Both teams to receive at least a yellow card each. 1.85. That's what I'm looking at here. It could be 2-1, 3-1 either way. The way things can go. But I think fly tackles will go in, and I just think that both teams are going to score at the very least, and both teams will receive at least a card at 1.85. So, quick recap in regards to the 6 matchups I'm looking at here. Aston Villa versus Leeds United. I'm looking at both teams to score and over 2 goals in the match in overall at 2.05. Man United versus Man City. I'm looking at Man City to win the game in under 5 goals at 2.30. Everton versus Southampton. I can't split them. I'm looking for the draw at 3.25. Brentford versus Bournemouth. I'm looking at Brentford to win the game in under 5 goals at 2.00. Newcastle versus Fulham. I'm looking at Newcastle to win the game and under 5 goals at 1.83. And finally, the North London derby, Tottenham versus Arsenal. I'm looking at both teams to score and both teams to receive at least a yellow card each, 1.85. So there you have it. That's what I'm looking at as far as Premiership's concerned. Dr. Frankie signing out for now. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.